I always wanted to make a ninja film, but I needed some inspiration. No. Too many visual effects. Don't think I'd have the blood or budget for that, but there was one I was digging. Ninja Gaiden. Oh yeah, Ryu Hayabusa is a true badass, so I thought I'd pay tribute to the character's OG costume, but I wanted to make my character a little more raw, you know, without the crazy jumps and dragons. So without further ado, here's the making of Ryzen. What's up, ladies and gents? Michael Tukes here, and this is the first behind the scenes that I've done in a very long time, so bear with me. First things first, we're going to be talking about fight choreo and sequencing. We wanted this film to have a very aggressive feel to it, something like Ninja Gaiden the video game, but we also took inspiration from Ronin Kenshin. I also looked at The Last Samurai. When you're working with fight choreography, you want it to be collaborative. You want people to have their input, especially when they know what they're doing. And Michael Hel knows what he's doing. So I'm like, boom, let's take it away, let's go with it, and let's see what we can create. When you're doing fight choreography, it's good to build one-on-one or with 3 people in the beginning on the individual movements, the flavor, the style, and then when we brought the other guys in, we went over some basic footwork training, high hits, medium hits. That way everybody's looking pretty cohesive rather than this guy's fighting like a pirate and this guy's fighting like he's a part of the Roman Empire. The swords were purchased from sparkfoam.com. I think I ordered a few off Amazon, but those things are dope. They're legit. You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I have one. This is actually Ryzen's sword. Oh snap, look at that. Look at that. So those are sparkfoam swords, which you can get for about $20, $25 depending on the color and the size and the type of sword you're getting, but they're really durable. I highly recommend them. I was trying to get a sponsorship deal with them. They didn't write back to me. Thought it would have been a cool collab. Me and I kind of made a ninja film for you guys. The masks were purchased from Amazon.com. I think people use them for snowmobiles and hiking and stuff like that. The colored hand wraps are super important because they kind of give a little bit more character to the clan. Obviously black and blue is what they're rolling with, whereas Ryzen, he's being a little bit of a Ronin ninja, so his colors were in reverse. He had a dark blue as far as his clothing and red, kind of showing that he's a bit of a rebel. So I've noticed in films where everyone's wearing all black as ninjas and they're fighting in a dark background, you really can't see the joint movement or the separation between the elbow, the shoulder. That way you can see all the movements, the kicks, the punches, and the sword swings a lot better, even though it's being shot in daylight.
So tell us what a shoulder roll is.
All right, shoulder roll is when you're gonna forward roll over your shoulder. I'm gonna do it where I'm picking up a sword at the exact same time. So what you're gonna do is you run up to it, with your opposite leg and arm, place your arm over the sword, with your free arm, scoop and roll over that shoulder and get up.
Could you show this in full speed sequence?
Yes I can, mate.
Impressive.
Visual effects. Now, visual effects for this film weren't too daunting. When it came to the blood, I used action movie essentials. Andrew Kramer, that's my boy. If you guys haven't used visual effects, or if you're interested in using After Effects and learning more about it, go to videocopilot.net. I can't plug that enough. Using his plugin from Action Movie Essentials, his blood pack, I was able to rotoscope and also match the frames. I kind of had to animate it frame by frame for some shots because the tracking plugin wouldn't work, so I had to manually do it, which I'm kind of used to. It's a bit of a struggle, but did anyway. Working on the blood shots wasn't too difficult. Granted, it was just more tedious because there is a lot of shots where people are getting sliced and diced. We only had so many people at a time, and I didn't go for any close-ups in this film because clearly some of the people on this flick are playing the same person or a different ninja in different scenes. What we did is we just switched up the clothing a little bit. We gave him long sleeves or switched up the pants. Kane definitely died more than 4 times for sure in this film. Definitely died a lot. But there's some shots in the visual effects where I use cloning, that way you can see several ninjas at a time. That was a little tricky because it's so many different layers. You add on the layers and you mask around that, you rotoscope, and you kind of like just cake them in all together in one shot. Now there's a shot where the character Ryzen deflects 3 different ninja stars. Originally he was going to practically block each one of the ninja stars, but didn't turn out too well. So after spending 45 minutes of having different people on set throw the ninja stars and Michael Hel trying to block them and failing, we just thought, I'll probably do it in post. So I went into After Effects and I individually made the ninja stars hit his sword, so he just blocking nothing. Kaine and him are just role playing. The whole scene turns into this bloodshot red, and it seems like time just slows down for everybody else, and he just wrecks. I really wanted Ryzen's character to have a special move like a video game, to where he can just go in and kill anybody in his path. We only had one smoke bomb for this. We got this shot with one take. That day was so hot. So hot. They're wearing a black and white mask. They're just drenched inside during that sequence, and we just went in, did it, knocked it out in one shot. And luckily, the frame that I ended on and where Michael Hel's character Ryzen moves, I was able to cut and fade it to where he disappears for that scene. Really dope. Luck, but really dope.
Chris, tell us a little bit about your experience here.
Sorry, what?
Tell us a little bit about your experience here today.
My experience here, it was pretty good. I got to do some flips and actually be part of the film. I thought I was going to show up and do nothing. That's what we usually do. But anyways, as you can see, set up my hammock. Oh, there goes my phone. I was looking for that. Usually when you get to set, there's nowhere to sit, or they give you these little flimsy chairs or whatever. And you could go buy a chair like that at Walmart. But I decided to get smart. I took this from a guy, forgot his name, starts with a T, but he brought a hammock to him on every set. So figured I'd do the same.
Tips with Chris.
Well, today on set, I got to wear an awesome fanny pack that made me feel very important.
Oh?
It's not on.
It's
actually.
gone. It's gone.
It's gone. It's not important anymore. I got to put blood on people, so that's nice. Yeah. That was my experience. It was fun though.
You could be honest. No, I'm just... So how's the weather feel today, guys?
Bro, it's like so cold out here.
Delightful.
It's only like 50 degrees.
It's a little cold, yeah.
It's a little chilly, man.
It's a bit nippy.
I don't know why he has this out here and just like wearing nothing in the cold.
Like, I cannot wait to get my jacket on again. I'm freezing. The only reason why I have water coming out of my face is because it's too cold. It's condensation. Right. I'm dead.
So with the location scouting, me and Michael Hel met up and we went to the same location we filmed my Star Wars fan film, Wrath of the Sith. That way we know the footwork could work in these areas versus it having too many rocks, too much dirt, people are slipping and tripping. Because when you're doing films that involve action, you want to make sure people's feet have enough space. And you also want to make sure that people can maneuver around each other and not be slipping up and down, because then it's just a hot mess. Overall, I think it took about 4 or 5 days to film the project, and it was fun. It was really cool. The last day sucked. Last day was really hot. That was pretty whack, I'm not gonna lie. But other than that, it was good. I want to give a special shout out to Chloe Wu, who played our female ninja. She was just badass, and without her, this film wouldn't be able to be done in Japanese, because I don't speak Japanese, clearly. Not gonna happen here. Really, really kind person, and I wish the best for her. She's back in Australia right now. Hopefully she comes back to the States, and we can work on another project soon. With that said, I hope to see you guys next time. We're pumping out projects now, baby, so stay tuned to Tukes Films, because we got more on the way. Tukes Films.
More than 120 tick. Those kind of scene, when you see it in 2 minutes or 1 second, you oh, Jackie, good. It's not good. You can do it. Except, do you have the patience or not?